Hello everyone, hi, how are you guys doing today? Welcome back to another episode reaction to Buffy the Vampire Slayer. My name is Matt. Hello, what's up? So, Buffy, we're doing season 2 finale today. If everything goes according to plan, this should be coming out on the Sunday after previous episode came out on the Wednesday, so within the same week. If it doesn't, then I fucked up. Or life got in the way, I don't know, but yes, I'm gonna try for this to come out on time. But anyway, hello, how's everyone doing today? I'm giving you double Buffy this week. Hope you're all having a good time because of that. Finale time. So, what happened last episode? Last episode we got Becoming Part 1. What I like the most about that episode, how we got to see a lot about Angel's life. I really like that. I really like the beginning of Angel's life as a vampire. While I was watching it, I didn't quite cut this, but it makes sense when I was editing it. There's a moment when, well, the lady bites him and then she puts blood on her chest and he was like, come here. And I was like, why? And it's because I think in order to become a vampire, you have to like get some of the vampire blood in you and then you become a vampire. Otherwise, you're just food. So I think that's what that was. And the only reason why I managed to infer that is because someone told me in a comment like a long time ago, like in order to turn into a vampire, there has to be like this like weird mutual transaction thing. So I think that's what that was. But more importantly, and the thing I like the most that intrigues me the most is, I had a weird as fuck theory when I was editing the episode actually. Like I don't know why this came to me, but I'm gonna mention it just because I want to do that in case it comes true. But okay, I have a lot of questions regarding this guy who Angel met, who has this like hat that told him, hey, go watch over Buffy or whatever. Well, he did say a very interesting line, which was like, we need you, you're lucky that we need you. So I'm like, who's we? Like, that's interesting. So maybe he's not like super evil. Like maybe he is. I don't know. I literally have no idea what the deal with that guy is. I had a couple of theories that I threw out last week, but right now I'm like, I don't know, man. We'll see. Also, the mustache dude that recruited Buffy, I have no idea who that guy is. He might be dead. Like, if I end up watching the movie, I guess I'll find out then. But, okay, this weird theory I had, and it's because it's something that I didn't quite talk a lot about during the review of previous episode, and it's because I was, like, not feeling well. And it's the fact that Drusilla, like, had the gift to be able to see things before they happen from before she turned into a vampire. Because the thing is that when Drusilla shows up, you're still like getting a feeling of like how the show works or how supernatural entities work or whatever. So when she shows up, you just kind of take for granted the fact that she can see the future, she can sense things or whatever. Also because she doesn't even turn into a vampire like until like way later when she regains her strength. But now we just know that Drusilla's a vampire. Okay, why can she see the future? Why is that special? You know who else can see the future? Buffy. Actually, in her dreams. It's not the same kind of thing, but it's something similar. She can, in her dreams, sense what's gonna happen. And I'm not entirely sure if they explain that, why that is, but I think it's just because of the Slayer thing. I think that's what the explanation was given to me. So, was Drusilla a Slayer? Like, was Drusilla a Slayer? And when she turned into a vampire herself, like, maybe that counts as being dead, and then another one was chosen. But maybe that's why Drusilla has that gift. It's not the exact same, but it's like in the same venue, you know? Because Buffy can have dreams about what's gonna happen. Drusilla literally has like a feeling. She's like, oh, and then, oh, I saw it. Like, it's weird, it's different, but it could be the case. Drusilla's a woman, and she was young, and maybe she was a Slayer. Like, we don't know that. Like, maybe nobody knew what the fuck Drusilla was about, and maybe she just happened to be a Slayer that Angel is tortured and turned into a vampire. And that would be very interesting. And another thing that I want to mention that happened like right when I was like out of it is that Buffy had this thing where she dropped the pencil and then she picked it up and then she was like, wait, deja vu, and then dropped it again and then found the floppy disk. What the fuck was that? And I remember I called it out when it happened. I was like, what the fuck was that? And then I stopped thinking about it. But like, what do you mean deja vu? Like, am I forgetting a scene or something? But like, I don't think there was Like, can Buffy sense something to happen in the room? She can sense Miss Calendar's like feeling of like floppy days somewhere around here, or like, has this happened before? Is Buffy time travel? Again, I'm throwing time travel into the mix because time travel is good. I don't know. Like, maybe it's just like a premonition that is because what is premonition but sensing the future, right? Which means that future, or like fate in some ways, like somewhat predetermined, but like maybe she can sense what's about to happen and then she picked the floppy disk up, which means that then it happened. Or maybe she can sense the past in some way. I don't know. I don't fucking know how this works. This is a supernatural show. Anything could happen. We can literally just make shit up. But yeah, that's something interesting I just wanted to mention. Okay. God, this is 10 minutes long already. Well, less than that because it's gonna be edited out. But yes, I'm talking a lot. Let's just watch the episode, man. So, Patreon, what's up? All right, I'll let you guys know that season 3 is happening. I've said it for the past 2 weeks, but let me say it again. I'm gonna be watching Buffy season 3. I'm not sure how much of Buffy I'm gonna watch, but I can confirm to you I'm gonna watch season 3. And I'm probably gonna keep going, but we'll see. Yes, I'm watching season 3, but not right away. You're gonna have to wait a couple weeks. So, October is kind of fucked up for me. So there's going to be a lot of stuff coming out. I'm going to take a break from Buffy for like a couple weeks. So within like 2-3 weeks, you'll see Buffy again. So until then, Buffy's going to be on a small hiatus. It's just a break, really. So stay tuned. Buffy will return. I think Buffy should be returning. I mean, okay, dates for Patreon and YouTube people are going to be different, but this is going to be airing on like the 23rd of October. Buffy, it's probably going to be out on like the final days of October or the first days of November for Patreon. And for YouTube public, which is probably you, it's going to be like, I don't know, fucking the second week of November. Third week, I don't know how this is gonna work, but yes, somewhere in around the 10th of November, that's when Buffy season 3 will happen. Unless you're on Patreon, then you'll get it sooner, as it usually works. Patreon, check out the Patreon, link in the description below, pop up on screen. You can get early episodes, full-length reactions, and just supporting the channel, which would help out a lot. I need to eat. I'm just gonna go now. Let's start the episode. So, Buffy season 2, episode 22 finale. Let's go. Also, I kind of forgot Kendra might or might not be dead.
Put your hands up. Back away from the girl slowly.
The police! I guess it is.
This one's dead.
What about up there?
The police is doing shit, I guess.
You do well to keep your mouth shut, miss.
But I didn't do anything.
Why do I find that so very hard to believe? You have the right to remain silent.
The literal first time the police does anything. Oh, okay! Let's go.
Stop!
Did you just open fire on a teenager?
16 years old. Suspect is very dangerous.
You just opened fire on a high schooler? Also, she fired through Snyder. Like, how did she not hit Snyder? She could have very easily done so. Also, I'm questioning the police, but also all cops are bastards, and this is America. So yeah, you know what? This makes sense. This is like literally the first time the police does anything in this show. Like, the only reason why last episode just completely brushed off the fact that like the police showed up and said like freeze is because like the police has never done anything in the show. So I'm like, they don't exist. They don't matter. I guess they matter now, which to me is a little bit funny. Not gonna lie. Okay.
Sander. Are they okay?
Yeah. Literally just ask him who did it and he will say not Buffy. How's Willow? That was a bad shelf. How is she?
Who said it was head trauma?
Okay.
She can wake up at any time, but
She's in a coma.
I never should have let her try to do that curse.
They didn't come here for her though. She doesn't know that. They took Giles. Like that's...
did Giles keep up with you?
I didn't see Giles.
Oh, they don't
He's not in
know.
the hospital.
Oh boy. Yeah. What is the plan here?
Torture you. Like I used to love it, and it's been a long time. The last
This is
time I
bad.
tortured somebody,
This is real bad.
I didn't even have chainsaws.
It's real bad. They don't know where they're hiding, so...
Your daughter has a history of violence, doesn't she, Miss Summers?
Oh boy. Why is the police like doing anything like today?
You call us, okay?
I hate this guy. I hate this guy. He's just smiling. He's telling this like distraught parent, yeah, your daughter is a homicidal maniac. Oh, this guy! Who the fuck are you? What's your agenda?
Because I need a date to the prom. It wasn't supposed to go down like this. But I thought he was here to stop Kafla, not to bring him forth. Then you two made with the smoochies, Now he's a creep again.
Okay.
Maybe I should ask, what are you prepared to give up?
You don't have anything useful to tell me, do you? What are you, just some immortal demon sent down to even the score between good and evil?
Good guess.
Hmm?
In the end, you're always by yourself. You're all you've got. That's the point. The sword isn't enough. You gotta be ready. You gotta know how to use it.
I mean, she's so done with people's bullshit that, of course, she's just like, fuck you. But what's his deal? Maybe she just randomly guessed it. Oh, the blues is right there. Well. Oh!
Hello, cutie.
I was not expecting that one. You know what? Fuck yeah, let's go. He wants you to take Angel down. He's actually an ally.
Hey! White flag gonna quit. I want to stop Angel. I want to save the world. Truth is, I like this world. You've got dog racing.
This makes sense, actually. He just wants to have a good time.
People.
He doesn't get anything out of the world being gone. He has fun with it. Also, he has Angel. I think that's the more important thing. He doesn't want to be a cuck.
I want Drew back. I want it like it was before he came back.
The whole earth may be sucked into hell, and you want my help because your girlfriend's a big hoe?
I can't fight them both alone, and neither can you.
He has a very good point. I get that she's angry, but like, I want Oz to come by. I just want to have a moment alone.
You gotta wake up. I need you, Will. And who am I gonna call every night?
We could lose Willow. I can see it.
And talk about everything we did all day. You're my best friend.
Mm-hmm.
Your voice. I love you.
She back? Nope.
I'm here.
Oh, he just came.
Wake up. I'm gonna go get a doctor.
Man, it sucks to be Santa right now, huh? Okay, she's fine. She's fine right now. Oh, that's a broken finger.
Now. Tell me when it hurts.
So what's he doing right now? Actually, not knowing what he's doing is worse. Is that Buffy's mom? Yeah, it is.
Buffy, terrible things have happened. What were you doing?
What, your mom doesn't know?
Know what?
That she's the Slayer.
That I'm, in a band.
Oh. Okay, good. Okay, now she's gonna learn. There we go. Random generic vampire, just so she can learn that she's a vampire slayer. Yeah, we just gotta tell her. Come on. It's time. It's fucking time.
I'm a vampire slayer.
Title drop.
You wouldn't believe me if I told you.
I wouldn't spend time talking with Willow. I would just go with Spike to try and find Giles immediately. Also, awkward. So you're a vampire, and you're good. For now. I still want to kill people, but...
All right, talk. What's the deal?
Simple. You let me and Drew skip town. I help you kill Angel.
That's good.
She killed Kendra.
Drew bagged a Slayer? She didn't tell me. Good for her.
How does she know that she's the one that killed her?
This deal works only one way. Full stop. Me and Drew for Angel.
Honey, are you sure you're a vampire slayer?
I'll take her out of the country. You'll never hear from us again.
Fine.
This is kind of nice.
Back
I like
to the
that.
mansion, make sure Giles is all right.
I mean, have you tried not being a slayer?
Mom, if Giles dies, she dies.
It's because you didn't have a strong father figure, isn't it?
It's just fate, Mom. I'm the Slayer. Accept it.
I like how the mom is still... She has a really hard time processing this.
What is happening?
Just have another drink.
Don't
Yeah,
you
she's
talk to me
drinking
that
too.
way.
What do you think has been going on for the past 2 years? The fights, the weird occurrences. How many times have you washed blood out of my clothing and you still haven't figured it out? It never stops. Do you think I chose to be like this? Do you have any idea how lonely it is? How dangerous? I would love to be upstairs watching TV or gossiping about boys or, God, even studying. But I have to save the world. Again.
You walk out of this house, don't even think about coming back.
I mean, she's gonna accept it eventually, but it makes complete sense that she's having that moment because that's not an easy conversation to have. That makes sense.
Try again.
Try what?
The curse. We never got to finish it. Do you see my resolve face? You've seen it before. You know what it means.
This is business.
Go to Buffy. Tell her what we're doing. Maybe she can stall.
But
Resolve face.
Just tell me what I need to know.
He's gonna bullshit some stupid shit.
You must perform the ritual in a tutu. Pillock.
Of course.
Someone get the chainsaw.
Now, don't let's lose our temper.
Keep out of it, sit and spin.
Look, you've cut him up, you'll never get your answers.
Drusilla?
Anyways.
Sweetheart.
Oh. Can't you do some Jedi mind shit on him? So, not dead. That's the deal. So Spike is trying to save Giles' life, but that doesn't mean that Giles will be good, I guess. I don't know what's gonna happen to him. I guess Kendra is dead. But maybe Ghost will come back or something. I don't know. I don't know what Drusilla did at the end. This fucking dude.
You're a criminal. So that pretty much works out.
No, I didn't do it. The police will figure it out.
The police of Sunnydale are deeply stupid.
Yes! But also, what's your deal?
You're expelled.
Sure, whatever. I hate you anyway. What's this deal? Like, what are you doing? What does he know?
Tell the mayor I have good news.
Is the mayor Satan? Or some shit? Like, I don't know. Okay, what are they doing to my man child?
Say what's inside.
Oh, yeah, we are doing some mind shit. Torture him with Jenny or something.
Look at me.
Oh, this is what she did to Kendra.
And me.
And that's Jenny. Yeah. Oh, she could extract information out of him by doing this. This is like a dream. Yeah, this is not like a rational scene. She can ask them and he would probably say what the ritual is or something, maybe.
We have to get him away from Agatha.
Why, is he close to figuring it out? Tell me what to do.
Ooh, they're learning a lot.
His blood.
Okay.
He mustn't.
He said a lot. His blood. Sure. Spike is watching this like, God fucking damn it.
Drusilla?
Honey?
This guy! What's your deal?
Angel's the key. His blood will open the door to hell. The Kafla opens his big mouth, creates a vortex. Then only Angel's blood will close it. One blow send them both back to hell. But I strongly suggest that you get there before that happens. 'Cause the faster you kill Angel, the easier it's gonna be on you.
I got nothing left to lose.
Wrong, kid. You got one more thing.
Oof. Ominous. I mean, there's a lot to lose, actually. I don't know why she walked out with that dramatic line of like, yeah, there's nothing left. It's like, well, so many people could die. Do you have a stake on you? You might need a...
She told me to tell you.
She's gonna try.
Tell me what?
Kick his ass.
Oh, of course! Of course, Sander. Of course he would say that. God damn it. Hi. That does it.
Think you can take us all on?
No, I don't.
Aha! Let's go! Beat his ass. Drusilla might not be down for this, by the way. Like, this is really just about Spike. Yeah, Drusilla's gonna stop them. Like...
I don't want to hurt you, baby. Doesn't mean I won't.
Oh, I feel like they're gonna succeed and Sander's gonna be like, kill him! He's lying!
Inside my head, make me see things I want.
Then why would they make you see me?
Good point.
All right, let's go.
There you go. Jobber done. Oh god. He touched it. Okay.
You almost made it, Buff.
We're about to have a sword fight.
You're going to hell.
Save me a seat.
Ooh, good line. Yo, Spike, we didn't assist here.
Are you okay?
Busted wolf.
Te implore duamne, nu ignora chesta rugamente.
Is this a good thing?
I don't know. I'm wondering the same thing. I don't know if this is good or not. I literally have no idea what the fuck is happening. Yo, Spike, we need the assist, bro. He might just, like, walk out.
God, he's gonna kill her.
Oh, we're doing that. Okay, sure. I mean, you still don't want the world to get destroyed, right? Oh! Gotcha. Ah, let's go. That's good shit. That's good shit. Such Spike and Drew, yeah.
Sophia! Sophia!
Man, those doctors in the hospital are like, what the fuck is happening? Oh, it did it! Oh, but she doesn't know.
Buffy. What's going on? Where are we? I don't remember.
She can get it right there at the double kill. She can stab the sword back in.
God. I feel like I haven't seen you in months. God, everything's so muddled.
Akathla. Yeah. 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 Need to stop it.
What's happening?
Mm-hmm. Oh boy. Oh boy.
I love you.
She's gonna have to kill him, right?
Close your eyes.
Oh, just like when he turned into a vampire. That's rough. Down. She didn't even explain it. There we go.
The winter is cold and bitter.
Alright. Did she come in, take her stuff, and leave? Just left like a note. Kinda wish you had said something differently, Mom.
Maybe she had to kill him before the cure could work.
And then she'd want to be alone, I guess.
Or maybe Angel was saved and they want to be alone together.
No.
She'll be here in a while.
No. She's expelled. She's not gonna come back. This is very interesting. Like, it feels like the end for an era of the show a little bit. Oh, she's right there. And now what? She's leaving town, maybe? I guess she is. Leaving Sunnydale. Come back soon. Alright, that's that. Alright, that was season 2 of Buffy. Boy oh boy, that was man, that ending really feels like an end of an era of the show, but I'm not sure if it will be. Like, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if season 3 was like completely different, but I also wouldn't be surprised if they were thinking about ending the show right there, in a way. You know, I can see that. Like, you know, sometimes when shows have a season ending that feels like they don't know whether or not they're gonna keep going or not, so they make it a little bit ambiguous, a little bit bittersweet, and maybe they'll come back and maybe they won't, you know? Contrary to how they do it nowadays, where they always end on a cliffhanger so that they will be renewed, and then they don't get renewed, and then you get nothing. But that felt like... Because, okay, Buffy kills Angel. Kills. I'm not sure if he's dead. We don't see him die. We just see him disappear. And I think they... Okay, so they said what would happen, but I didn't fully follow. But what I did grasp, like, is that we need to use him in order to open as well as close it. I'm not sure why him specifically, but sure. Like, maybe it has to be the person that does the sacrifice itself, so I guess. It's very interesting to me how this whole, like, portal to hell thing, it's more of a conduit to tell drama more than something that actually matters. Because the whole portal to hell thing, that literally doesn't matter. Nobody talked about it. We like mentioned it a little bit just to set up the stakes. And then when it comes down to it, it's like, okay, it's gonna be real bad if we don't close it. So that's why she has to kill him. And that's the drama. It's the drama of, like, because that's like probably the most tragic thing, is that like he came back and she was there for him, and they both identified that he came back. Because I was thinking, like, maybe she will kill him without knowing that it was actually him and he was good, you know? And I was thinking for a second when they were kissing, I was like, maybe it's a trick. Maybe the spell didn't work, because we don't know what the fuck Willow did just now. She was just chanting shit in Latin, and it looked like she was possessed, and we don't know exactly what she did. But no, what it was is that he actually did go back to go normal Angel. Like, he went back, and Buffy identified it, and they got close and they kissed, and it was nice. And then the portal to hell opened, and then Buffy went like, well, I gotta close it. And what's tragic about that too is that she didn't even fucking tell him. And like that's probably what sucks the most, because like okay, I don't think Angel is dead, because the way he died is not turn into dust or anything. It more than anything looked like he was sucked into hell. Like, that's what it looked like. Second, I know about the existence of the show Angel, and I have to blame all of you for that. You can all share the blame on that one. Well, alternatively, the show could just be about Angel being a hobo on the streets like a couple years before, which honestly I would be down for, but I feel like he didn't die. I feel like he's just off to have his own show now, but maybe we'll never see him again in the main show. Maybe we will, I don't know, but I think that's mostly it. The way this ends leaves you with this feeling of like, well, if you didn't know that the show has like 5 more seasons, if you didn't know that Angel has his own show, you know, all the things that I do know from a meta perspective, like this would feel a lot more heavy and impactful, because you would be sitting there being like, is this it? Is this the end? Because it very much feels like that. Like, Snyder came in and he's like, you're expelled. Mom was like, you'll never step foot in this house again. Like, fucking god damn it, Mom. Like, I get it, but at the same time I'm like, god fucking damn it, Joyce. I think that's her name, right? Joyce. Sorry, I keep forgetting. But like, it's one of those things where like, when she said like, you set foot out this house, you're never coming back in, Buffy had this look of like, fuck. And then she left, because of course she did. And like, I don't blame Joyce for reacting the way she did, because we just dropped a lot on Joyce. So it makes sense that she had such a hard time like dealing with that and understanding it. She was even having drinks. But like, the moment that you told her like, you're not coming back in this house, it's a very much like angry parent thing to do. So it makes sense that she would say something like that. But at the same time, like I like, after what Buffy said, because in that scene Buffy said like, do you think I fucking want this? Do you think I want to be this alone or this fucked up, like all this happening? Like, I wish I was watching TV, I wish I was fucking studying, but no, I gotta go save the world and save my friends from being killed that are being tortured right now. Like, of course, like, she's going through a lot, and the fact that I understand that Joyce didn't register that, because like, when so much shit is happening, it's difficult for you to like register what's going on. I've had situations like that with people, also with my mom, when you're dropping a lot on them, and like, she's like processing one thing at a time. So maybe she didn't fully process everything that she said until like later. So in that scene, she's like, don't come back to my house. But then maybe later she was like, okay, she's gonna come back and I'm gonna apologize for it or something. But she did come back. She took all her clothes and all her belongings and just left, because she felt like she's not welcome there anymore. She feels like she's not welcome anywhere anymore. The school doesn't want her. Her mom doesn't want her. And she just decides, I'm just gonna leave Sunnydale. And the thing about this is that like, I'm sitting in this weird spot where like, this could be a thing where like Buffy's gonna go to like a different city or something. Another thing I want to say is that I remember this happened, and I remember editing it and thinking about it, and I didn't mention it in the video because it was later. But in the episode where we find out that Snyder knows that this place is a hellmouth, he says this place is a hellmouth. There could be more. So if there are more, then Buffy could go to another hellmouth. That could make sense. Like, what's throwing me off is that if we go to another place, and that's what the show is going to take place, either for the rest of the show, for the next season or whatever, like, if that's the case, what do we do with this cast that we already have? Because the thing is that we have a very clear dynamic here. We got Xander, we got Willow, we got Giles, we got Cordelia, and we got Oz. And it feels like we got a good cast of characters here, and we didn't say goodbye to them. And if that's the case, then I don't think we're gonna say goodbye to them either. That's what throwing me off, because otherwise I would be like, okay, Buffy's leaving Sunnydale and the show is going to a different place. But because we didn't say goodbye to the cast that we already have, because like, these are characters that people care about. This is the main cast here. God damn it, they've been here for every episode. Like, you can just say like, fuck it, we're just gonna move to a different place and we're not gonna see them again. Like, no, you have to give them like a proper send-off. The fact that they did not do that signifies me that Buffy will return to the town, which to me feels more than anything like okay, what I said just now, right, when I started doing this review thing, this feels more than anything like they didn't know whether or not the show would be renewed, so they left it in like an ambiguous ending where it feels bittersweet. It feels like some kind of closure. It feels like she's going away, but she could come back, right? Because even the sign at the end says leaving Sunnydale, come back soon. So it is the thing where like I feel like maybe they were hoping that the show would get renewed for another season and then Buffy will just come back into town, and it did. So maybe she will come back to town. Otherwise, then I don't know what we're gonna do. Like fucking, I don't know. It could be like Hannibal season 3, I guess. Like if any of y'all watch Hannibal, I watch it on my channel. It's a very good show. For Hannibal season 3, like at the end of season 2, felt like where is the show going now? Because this is very much like we're going to be doing something different now. And Hannibal did turn into like we're going to a different location, but then every character went to that different location as well. So I don't know. Maybe we could have Buffy road trip. Like, maybe Buffy went to, like, fucking, I don't know, she went to Ohio. And then everyone was like, Buffy's in Ohio. Let's go meet up with Buffy in Ohio. So maybe that's what the show's gonna be now. Like, we're gonna get the boys going on a road trip, trying to find Buffy again. And then we find out about the Hellmouth in Ohio. And we have a full season in Ohio. I don't know where the show's gonna go. Like, the thing that makes the most sense to me is like she'll come back to the town, but that leaves it feeling very weird that this ends with like a very clear like she's leaving. So it really sounds to me like they didn't know whether or not they were gonna get a third season or not. So if that's the case, then that makes sense. Otherwise, I'm like a little bit confused. But as for Buffy herself, the character, a lot of shit just happened, and it's tragic, honestly. So she got her boyfriend back and then she immediately had to kill him. That's a bad. She had this fight with her mom and her mom told her she doesn't want to see her anymore. That's a bad. She got expelled from school because the Snyder is a piece of shit. That's a bad. So of course she doesn't feel welcome anywhere anymore. So that's really tragic. Like so many tragic things just happened to this girl. It feels really bad. I also feel really bad for Angel. Actually, because he's not like fully conscious of what happened. I feel like maybe he will become conscious of what happened later, but like immediately he's confused. And we see this in the flashback to a previous episode. When they gave him his soul back, he was like, what's going on? Where am I? Like he didn't know what the fuck was going on. And then I'm assuming it's one of those things where like if you start remembering, like if you start putting in the effort, you will start remembering everything that happened, but it's not something that you're immediately conscious of. So when he goes back into being Angel here, I feel like he had this moment of like, I don't know what's going on. He just woke up in a confusion, crying in front of Buffy with a sword, and he was like, what? And I'm guessing that because he's gone through this before, he had this feeling of like, oh God, like something bad just happened. So imagine you're Angel. Okay, POV, you're Angel. You wake up on the floor crying and your girlfriend is in front of you with a sword with an angry face. And you're like, what's going on? And then you're like, oh my God, what's going on, Buffy? What happened? And then she stabs you with a sword and you're like, what? And then you die or you go to hell. Well, that's a bad. Like, I do feel bad for that because like everything we know about Angel, like the person Angel, not Angelus, everything we know about Angel is that like he wanted to just see the world like when he was young, like 200 years ago. And then he saw a random girl and he was like, hey, let's do something. And the girl was like, hey, come on in. Then she turned him into a vampire. Then he murdered like, I don't know how many people. Then they gave him his soul back and the original Angel took over again. And he was like, what happened? And then it's like, you killed 200 people. And he's like, what? I didn't do that. No, you did. Then he turned into a hobo because he hated himself so much that he literally just lived off garbage on the ground. And then he had this moment of like, I want to go help that girl because she's like Vampire Slayer and that's a good thing. I hate vampires. Oh my God, I hate them so much. I'm going to go help her. He also says like something like she's just a girl. Like he's like shook at the fact that like we're asking so much out of this girl. So he has this like level of compassion of like, I want to go help. He falls in love with her, which is a little bit, it's weird because of the age gap. But then at the same time, like Angel's life is so fucked up that it's like, okay, so someone left a comment on one of my videos earlier today Yeah, I don't want to say who this is, but someone just referred to Angel as a literal predator because he's way older than she is and in a position of power. I don't know about that. I mean, I can see it, right? And the age gap to me is weird. It was weird to me also in like Doctor Who, but it's less so because he's old and more because she's young. The thing about Angel is that like he didn't really have much of a life either, because the way I see Angel is that like he was young, he was like, I don't know, in his 20s, and then he would turn into a vampire. Someone else took over his body. Then he came back and he hated himself so much that he just lived like a hobo, just on the streets, just nowhere to go, nowhere to be. He has no one, he has no experiences, so that's not much of a life. I wouldn't necessarily say that he's a normal adult. It is weird that he fell in love with like a 16, 17-year-old. That to me is weird. That's the part that is like a little bit, I don't know about that. But then also he's the one that was pushing her away. Like Buffy's the one that was definitely forcing that relationship to happen. But then he also accepted it. So it is a little weird then. But the show doesn't paint it as weird. And that's the part that it's like, okay. The show paints it as like something that's like romantic and tragic. So I suppose that's what you're going to focus on. And how the show wants to present this, what's given to you here. But the way it is for Angel, I do feel bad for him. I do feel bad for that type of character. A character that, like, he literally never asked for anything that fucked up to happen to him. And he hates himself so much. And then right here at the end, it happened again. Where he had no control over anything. He's just confused. And then he gets, like, betrayed. Not betrayed, but as far as he knows, he got betrayed. Because Buffy didn't explain to him what was going on. They didn't have the time to do it, and she just wanted to have a last romantic kiss and say goodbye, but she just stabbed him, and Angel was like, what? And then gone. So that's tragic for him and for her. It's tragic for everyone involved. Willow went into a coma and immediately recovered, so I don't know why the coma was there to begin with. I mean, it was there because I guess Sander had a moment of like, you know, like, please don't leave me. Who's gonna be there for me? Oh my god, I love you, Willow. And then she woke up and she said, Oz. I don't know. Okay, maybe I'm overthinking it. So maybe it's just a simple solution. Maybe it's just a simple explanation, which is Sander realized that I said this before. I fucking said this like a season ago. I said Sander's gonna have a moment where she's gonna realize how fucking good Willow was after she's dead. She didn't die. She was in a coma. That's the moment where she's gonna realize how fucking good she was and how much she means to him. And that's when he finally is gonna be like, fuck, I should be with her. Maybe that's what's happening. Except that now it's weird because you're both in a relationship, motherfucker. And like, Willow's loyal. That's good on Willow. Sander's a bastard. It sucks even more because like, the thing is that Sander could just be saying I love you in like a platonic way, just like you mean so much to me. I have no trust in Sander as a character anymore. So to me, Sander is more like he's in a relationship with Cordelia. He has a crush on Buffy, and everything he does and says is just because he's jealous of the fact that Buffy is into other people. And he has a moment of realization of like, wait, shit, Willow is always there for me. I guess I love her. Like, dude, it's like the peak, like, weird toxic masculinity thing where, like, not like the super, like, macho thing, but it's the thing where, like, he has, like, a bunch of girls around him and they're his friends, but just because they're girls, he keeps like flip-flopping between them of like, wait, I want to be with you. Wait, I want to be with you. Wait, I want to be with you. It's like, it's literally whichever it is at any given day. He keeps flip-flopping between that because it's like, wait, that's a girl that's actually paying me attention. Oh my god, I'm in love with her. That kind of thing, which is like, oh my god, dude, grow up. And I get it. You're supposedly a teenager even though you look 30, but I'm just like, dude, come the fuck on. So I don't know what that scene was supposed to be. That's the way I interpreted it. It's the fact that Sander is this like peak teenager dude who keeps seeing girls and being like, oh my god, I want to be with literally every girl. Whichever girl is right there that I'm thinking about at any given moment, that's the one I love at that moment. Which means that it's actually not real love. It's just, dude, chill. I guess what I'm saying is that Sander is Joss Whedon's self-insert. Okay, the coolest thing about this episode for me, I saved it for last. Spike. I said this could happen, and it did, and I'm so glad that it happened. Spike became an ally. just for a little bit, just for a tiny bit, he became an ally. When he first just shows up and kicks that cop, I'm like, perfect, that's a great entrance, just beat the shit out of a cop. I also really like his like rationalization for why he helped Buffy, but I think he was full of shit. But his rationalization was, hey, I like this world. This world has the Manchester United or whatever the fuck. Like, it has cigarettes. It has a bunch of shit that like he's actually into. He probably likes Metallica or some shit. Like, I don't know. He likes a bunch of shit that the world has to offer. So he doesn't want to bring Armageddon, and he also likes drinking people. So like, to him, this world's pretty nice. And that's actually kind of interesting, is the fact that he's like, I don't want the world to end, so I'm gonna help you. And I do think he was like slightly full of shit, because at the end, after he rescues Drew, well, he's carrying Drew, I guess, he has this moment of like, he's going to kill her, and then just walks away. You can just say that this was just a gag. That was just supposed to be funny, and I'm not supposed to read into it, but I'm gonna read into it because that's what I do. And if that's the case, then that means that he was full of shit. So he actually doesn't care about whether or not the world ends or doesn't. He only wanted to get Drew. And the only reason why he said that about the world is because he was like, well, I need to give another excuse other than just the fact that I want Drew, because otherwise it's gonna seem pathetic. The thing is that then he said, I'm actually doing this for Drew as well. And then she was like, you're pathetic. And then they start fighting. That was fun. I like seeing a dynamic of like unlikely allies, you know, and like they hated each other, which was kind of fun. It was really fun to see. Then they went to Buffy's house, and then Joyce found out about Buffy being a vampire slayer. I really like that. I really like that that happened, and I really like that it was so dramatic as it was. You know, that created so much drama, because that's a lot of things to drop on you. Oh yeah, also Buffy's being hunted by the police. I don't know if that's gonna carry over. I don't know if that's gonna be a thing, the fact that Buffy's a fugitive for murder or not. Because like, honestly, they can just ask like everyone who was there, like Sander and Willow, that are confirmed to be there. There were victims that were in the room, and they can ask her, who did this? And they go like, it wasn't Buffy Summers. It was just, I don't know, some dude. And they just gave some description of a dude. And it's like, yeah, that's him. We saw him kill Kendra. And that's the guy. And like, Buffy's completely innocent. So like, sure, you can just say that. But you know what? I'm not going to worry about it, because the police doesn't matter in the show except for this one episode. Which to me is actually really funny. It's really funny because like, even Snyder said in this fucking episode, he was like, have you not noticed the police are really incompetent in the city? And I'm like, yeah, they are. Like, to the point that to me they are not a thing. Like, previous episode, the cliffhanger was, hey, the police are pointing guns at Buffy. They're like, freeze, and Buffy's over a dead body. And a normal person would be like, oh my god, they're gonna think that Buffy killed Kendra and whatever, and they're gonna be like, oh my god, Buffy Summers, you're now a criminal. Like, that would be a normal assumption to make. I didn't make that assumption, because in my head I was thinking, yeah, the police doesn't matter in the show, so that's probably not the police. I don't know who the fuck that was, but that wasn't the police. But if it was the police, then it doesn't matter anyway. Well, guess what, motherfucker, they did matter this time. And it's, to me, it's funny. To me, it's actually just funny, because having the police literally just be pointless or non-existent in the show, and then randomly they show up and they're like, oh my god, we're a plot element now. Now the fact that Buffy's a fugitive is actually something that matters because she committed murder. I'm like, that's a lie. The show is just fucking full of shit now. It's like they changed the rules of the world just for like a second, just to create drama. And I'm sitting here like, that's not how this world works. I've been watching this show for like 30 episodes. That's not how this world works. The police doesn't exist here. And suddenly they do. And I'm like, that's a lie. No, they don't. Like, shut the fuck up, show. I don't believe you. So that was funny to me, that the police actually made a big effort out of it. And the fact that the police just fucking opened fire inside of a school to a running 16-year-old. And the angle of the shot was weird too, because Buffy ran past Snyder, like, I'm Snyder. Buffy's running like right here, like to my right, and the police lady is in front of me, and she fired on her that's behind me, and I'm just sitting here like, how the fuck did she not hit Snyder instead, and also just open fire on her. Like, even if she didn't hit Snyder, it's weird that she would even take the shot. Like, that's so like taking the shot on a teenager when you could hit a civilian and that's in the middle of the way. Like, what the fuck? Open fire on a teenager that's also civilian because she's also not guilty. You don't know that she's a suspect. You open fire on a suspect who's a teenager when a civilian is in the middle of the fucking shot. Like, what? Like, that's so fucking okay. No, like, that to me is like fucking TV bullshit. That's like the kind of thing that like makes fucking no sense, and it's just TV fucking bullshit. Guess what? That's how the United States police are operated anyway, so I guess it works out, you know. All cops are bastards. I really like that Spike and Drew just left town. What if they end up in the same town that Buffy is? That would be so funny. But I do like that they just skip town. Something interesting that I really like that I hope we explore later, because I'm guessing we're not going to say goodbye to Spike and Drew. I'm guessing they're going to come back. So something very interesting to me is Drew and how she feels about what just happened. Because when Spike starts like hitting Angel, like clearly helping Buffy, I have this moment of like Drew's standing right there. And I'm just sitting here like Drew has her own autonomy and shit. Like, she can just choose whatever to do whatever the fuck she wants. And she did. And she was like, what the fuck are you doing, Spike? And she just started fighting him. Because while Spike hates Angelus and is not down with the cuck thing, Drusilla, who doesn't hate Angelus and is super down with the cuck thing, then she's gonna be like, what the fuck are you doing? So of course she's gonna start fighting back. Even though Spike is doing what he's doing because he wants to be with Drusilla. And I like this because it's weird enough that it's like interesting. And it's interesting because it's like this weird abusive relationship where Spike is forcing Drew to just like betray Angel and just go with him and be down with that, when Drusilla was clearly not down with that. She was like down with the whole Armageddon cuck thing, but Spike wasn't. So he just choked her out and he just took her out of town, and it's like, well, I'm just gonna be happy just doing shit with my girlfriend. Meanwhile, he didn't consult her girlfriend on that, and I don't think she would have been okay with that. So yes, that's this weird thing. It's fine though, because Spike is an antagonist. So it's like you can have a weird antagonist that has this weird wants and goals and shit, and it makes it really fun. It also makes their dynamic really fun. So we'll see how this goes later. I really want to see them again, and I want to see what Drusilla has to say about what just happened. Oh, Kendra, right. Kendra came back and then she immediately died previous episode. Last week, it was only a couple days ago, I said that I didn't think she was dead because maybe Drusilla sucked her soul or something. Okay, I don't think she did that. Maybe she did. I'm not gonna write that off just yet. That could be a possibility, but Kendra might just be dead. And if she's just dead, then that's the bad. We had a character death. I'm not even gonna say major character death because she showed up for like 2 episodes and then she disappeared. And then she came back and died immediately, so it doesn't really have that emotional sing to it. But Drusilla did the whole like be in my eyes, be in me thing to Giles, and that was a way to extract information. So what she did is that she managed to make Giles see things that are not real. She made herself look like Jenny, so she can somewhat like mind control, hypnotize whatever people by doing that. So I guess that what she did to Kendra was less of a soul sucking thing and more of a, like in video game terms, stun you, you know, just like I'm gonna like make you see something and you're gonna be confused, and then kill shot. So I guess that's what that was. It was a little bit weird though, but I guess it is kind of showing you what she could do that then she does in the next episode. So it's not like she pulls it out of her ass, but it is a little bit weird still to me, but sure. It completely made me think that she was still alive and she could be, I don't know, supernatural show, anything's possible. But right now, I think we can say that Kendra's just dead, which sucks because I would like to have more than one Slayer. I would like to. A Slayer just died. We could have another. There you go. There you go. Man, I don't know what we're doing with Snyder. I really don't. Like, he had a moment where he expelled Buffy, and then he called the mayor, and he was like, I got really good news. So it's like, okay, so Buffy is important enough that the mayor must know about her. So what does that mean? Like that's something that's like, I don't know. Like I was thinking like maybe Buffy is like, okay, no, maybe they know about the Slayer and they're like, all right, we gotta dispose of the Slayer because maybe the mayor is evil. Maybe the mayor is Satan himself. We don't know. Maybe it's the opposite. Maybe Snyder thinks that Buffy was bad, like she was a demon or something. And then he is like, oh, mayor, I got to inform you. I got good news. I got rid of that one demon or some shit. Maybe they believe Buffy is the source of all things that happen. You know, maybe it's not so much the Hellmouth as it is just Buffy. So then he wants to dispose of her. That doesn't make much sense though, because he did say that there is a Hellmouth here, so he knows about the Hellmouth. Although maybe the Hellmouth doesn't become active until a Slayer is near it. Like the Hellmouth only becomes active if there's trouble around it. Which makes sense, because I was wondering, like, Buffy was fighting vampires and shit at her old place where she was living, so that means that there were vampires there, which makes me think, like, how many vampires are there? Like, are they so fucking common that, like, every place is just infested with them? Like, I guess it could happen, but I'm sitting here thinking, like, maybe they go where Slayers are. Like, maybe the Slayer has, like, a passive AoE effect that creates more enemies for you to fight or something like that. I don't know. Maybe they know about that. Maybe they know more than we know. Or maybe they don't know jack shit. So I don't know what the deal is with Snyder and the mayor and the people that he is acquaintance with. We got to see fucking Whistler. That was his name, Whistler. Yes. We got to see him again. And he was at Giles' place. And, okay, let me actually, I'm really hungry. Let me actually get, I kind of want to stop recording, but because I'm really hungry. But so Whistler said, I thought he was here to stop at Kathleen, not to bring him forth. Then you two made with the smoochies and now he's a creep again. He says, what are you prepared to give up? And then Buffy guesses, what are you? A demon sent to even the score between good and evil? And then Whistler goes, wow, good guess. And he has this face of like, damn, she hit it right dead on. So maybe that's what he is. Like a demon sent to settle the score between good and evil. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that means. But sure. He says, in the end, you're always by yourself. You're all you've got. That's the point. So he knows a lot. And we know that he knows a lot. But we don't know exactly how much he knows. And then he gives Buffy the information about the blood and the sword. So there you go. I guess he's here to help in some way. That's such a weird fucking character. I want to know more about him. Maybe he's not super evil. Maybe he doesn't have many ulterior motives. Maybe he's actually some kind of weird mediator. He's the ref. I don't know what's going on. Sure. We'll see what his deal is later, I guess. Yeah, dude. There's still a lot of questions I have regarding Buffy for whenever we do season 3. Which is going to be in a couple weeks. So I'm going to take a couple weeks off from Buffy. I said it before. I'm going to remind y'all. Buffy is going to come back next month. In a couple weeks. But right now, I guess, thank you so much for watching this episode reaction. And the entire season and the entire show that I've been doing thus far. If you've been here with us for a while. But yeah, that's going to be it for Buffy for now. I don't think there's much else I want to say about this episode in particular. So I think that's going to be it for me for now. I'm really hungry. I'm just going to go, man. Okay, thank you so much for being here with me. There's not a lot I can offer you, but check out the Patreon if you would like to watch full lengths for these episodes. And maybe I'll get to sneak in the first episode of season 3 at the end of this month, October. Or just support the channel, man. That would help out a lot. Thank you so much for being here. Really, honestly. Like, when I started the show, I didn't think I would get this amount of traction. A lot of people are really passionate about it. I can tell. That's fine, really. Sometimes people can't shut up about it, which is a little bit annoying when it comes to comments. But at the same time, like, the passion is something that, like, fuels you. At least for me, it is. So that's something I still appreciate. So we'll see how it's going to be whenever we get to season 3. I have so many questions. So yeah, that's going to be it for this episode reaction. Thank you so much for being here. Alright everyone, thank you so much for watching this episode reaction to Buffy the Vampire Slayer. If you would like to watch the first episode of season 3 as soon as it comes out, subscribe to the channel. I'm asking you to subscribe, yes. This is the first time I'm doing it. It would be nice if you did. Otherwise, it just depends on the algorithm, I guess. Thank you so much for dropping by. It means a lot to me. See you guys in a couple weeks. Bye bye. Take care.